Privacy is such a luxury for so many kids nowadays, and they don't even know that. Like, they don't even know that their moments aren't actually private.
Just watch someone post an apartment tour showing the view outside their window and then their entire layout, of the apartment.
I hate to break it to you momfluencers, but if the video of your baby eating a pickle gains millions of views on social media, it's not because everyone who's watching is pure of heart.
Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at online safety and privacy because apparently nobody cares about this anymore. Just share every aspect of your life on social media 24/7. Not a care in the world. What's the worst that could happen? And with how crazy everything is getting, including people online, I really just wouldn't take the risk. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But let's just jump right into it.
So this girl who I barely know, I worked with her over 10 years ago. Keep that in mind. I barely know her. She was posting about how her daughter was hospitalized recently and then added she struggled with constipation her whole life. And I was thinking, privacy is such a luxury for so many kids nowadays, and they don't even know that. They don't even know that their moments aren't actually private. They're going to grow up and maybe or maybe not realize that their parent was just telling everybody about their constipation. Massive safety concerns aside, which you can't even set that aside because that's the centerpiece of all of this. It is not safe to be putting your kids and all of their information online. To the extent that you can just set that aside for a second, it's just wild to me how so many kids don't have any privacy nowadays and are going to grow up and realize that their health information and their accomplishments and their challenges and all of this stuff was just going out to the internet.
And compared to some of the other stuff we're going to see today, this is pretty mild. I only post my kids on birthdays and holidays with family, never alone, always fully clothed, and I still worry about what could be done with their images. I would too. I don't know about you, but when I find these clips on TikTok, some of the sponsored posts definitely got through some sort of explicit barrier, and I've personally seen some insane stuff just on that app, let alone all of social media. I remember being so mad when my mom would tell my business to her friends over the phone. I couldn't imagine having to deal with social media parents today. My thoughts when people show potty training videos, what are we even doing? I'm glad I've never seen that before, but what a way to start off this video.
Just watch someone post an apartment tour showing the view outside their window and then their entire layout of the apartment. In case you didn't know how dangerous that is, don't do that. People will find where you live.
But regardless, so many social media influencers love to do it. Whether they're just trying to show off to other people, or they got a giant mansion and know that it'll get millions of views on YouTube, people love to watch it. But now because of it, the entire world knows exactly where you live and the layout of your house. Doesn't seem like the safest thing to do, in my opinion. I always see people with their schools in their bios. FYP way too local. Hey, don't do that. I've seen those comments as well. I saw a comment section where young kids said their birth years. Internet safety used to be taught, I remember it clearly, and I guess that's just a thing of the past now.
Some of you guys need to actually start caring about internet safety. I just watched the dumbest video posted by this lady. She says she lives in Mobile, she's moving here to Pensacola, and she's like, come tour my new unit with me. Not only did she say the exact unit of the building, she tagged the unit's official TikTok account, said exactly what floor she was gonna be living on, the top floor, exactly the layout of the bedrooms and everything, the exact walk up, how to get to her unit, all of it, which is cool. You can post what you want, but I live in Pensacola right now and I'm currently moving out of the city because a man showed up to my apartment 3 times with a weapon, this kind, not a stabby weapon, threatening to end my existence because no reason. He just had a psychotic break and just showed up to the apartment. I have a subpoena. I have to go to court in 3 days. I have to go to trial in 3 days. And you get on the internet and you post the exact building you're moving into. You said you're moving into it in August, so I can show up to your building in August to the 13th floor and you showing your car on your page.
Okay, so you guys get the point of the video, but basically anybody on the planet could do that as well. And going over to the comments, even though she wasn't talking about the creator, somebody found out who they were, and the creator responds saying yes, but they deleted it. However, what you put on the internet lasts forever. And if you think this is blown out of proportion, this doesn't really happen, we could go right over to the next clip.
I've had a cyber stalker from this app since I went viral in October, and it hasn't stopped, and he's just made it clear that he's just trying to ruin my life. He's mass reporting my account because he knows it's the only way to get to me. I had to change my personal phone number because he found me from online. He knows my parents' phone number, he knows my address, he knows where I worked, he knows all my siblings, he knows my ex-boyfriend. He's been harassing and threatening and telling my best friends that he's going to KILL them, chop them up, mail them to their parents. He's been calling my friends' parents. He will not leave me alone, and I need help. I hesitated posting this because I know this is what he wants, but I'm tired of being scared, and if anything were to actually happen to me, at least it's documented, honestly, at this point.
This is another one of the pretty heavy downsides to being an influencer. I know everybody wants to make some sort of content online now, but this is a real possibility. And it sounds like this person never did anything to stalk her. She just had a viral video, and some random person on the internet latched onto her. We go over to another example of posting locations where you are on social media. Even if you don't tag where you are or you're actively hiding it, with some digging, it's pretty easy to find out where it is.
I took gatekeeping to a whole new level.
No, you didn't. This guy says spot was 14 out of 10, and then he says, please mind your business, but this is my business. So not only did I find the exact location, I also found his exact order and his exact seat. Now a quick search of your username get me your Instagram, which happened to be a public account, which means that I was able to find out that you live in Canada. Now in your previous video, you were interviewing these two guys.
Man's biggest secret, all men cheat.
And in the background, you can almost see the name of this bar, which I matched with this bar in Ottawa. You can see that's the same exact place. You were also interviewing this lady, which I also found the exact location of. You can see that's the same inscription on the wall, which happens to be only a few minutes away from the bar in your first interview. So I assume that you must be eating this burger somewhere in this area. But after looking through all the burger spots in that area, I still couldn't find it. And that's when I realized that you're not actually eating a burger. Your friend was eating some kind of breakfast with sausages and eggs, which meant that you must be having some kind of an egg sandwich for breakfast. So then I looked at every single breakfast spot in that area until I found something. I noticed the floor of this restaurant matched the one in your video, as well as this cute little pink bowl and this lamp. You were sitting right here. You ordered 3 eggy buns with 2 half avocados, 2 iced lattes, 2 teas, 1 classic mimosa, 1 espresso martini, and an American breakfast, which comes out to a total of $134.
Okay, so this guy's doing it for content. It's not 100% serious, but what if it was? Anybody could sit down on their phone or their laptop, maybe it would take some time, and he showed us the entire process. I mean, even where you sat, how much the bill was. It is extremely difficult to have a private life now, especially if you're posting online. Another person in the comment section just says, I bet you can't find me, and some random user found exactly where that was and just replied to him. Easy as that.
I hate to break it to you momfluencers, but if the video of your baby eating a pickle gains millions of views on social media, it's not because everyone who's watching is pure of heart, okay? If it has millions of views, thousands of saves, and the search bar is automatically populating Baby Ren, you have a problem and you should be paying attention. Don't post your kids eating food on the internet, nevertheless phallic food. It's 2026. Like, what are you doing?
Going right over to the comments, I thought you were talking about Baby Ren, but I guess there's a new one. There's always a new one. So many moms post their kids like this. And we could even take it a step further. These kids are becoming influencers now.
I don't think the majority of society realizes how much kid content is on social media. Now, there is no reliable data in regard to parent-managed accounts on these platforms because they are not going to share that, but they will allow it. They allow parents to create accounts for their children who are under 13 as long as it says parent-managed in the bio. So we cannot address social media bans without addressing this topic.
Now imagine those earlier clips with a couple of the influencers who had stalkers, but now switch it out with literal kid influencers. Nobody else finds this extremely dangerous? But it doesn't matter to some people as long as you get those views and engagement and money. We got a pretty good example of one up on screen right now of a parent recording their kid out on a lake when they are, 10, 20 feet away from an alligator. What is the point in doing this along with recording it other than to get some views online? Putting your own children in danger for no reason. And that's exactly exactly what the comment section said. Why would you be putting your child in danger like that? Kids fall off of those tubes all the time. Not safe. I agree. This guy was going back and forth in the comment section. There's absolutely no difference in swimming in a lake with gators. As you're taking your family to the beach and swimming in the ocean, it's a better chance to get bitten by a shark. But those same families that are going out on the beach, if there was a shark in the water, nobody would be going in the ocean. You're actively letting your kids sit right next to this thing. Another person saying insanely irresponsible, and we got the same type of response. I'm sure you go to the beach and swim in the ocean with sharks. No, they don't. Definitely a greater risk than swimming in a lake. Here's another pretty serious comment. Social worker here. The comments are 100% correct, and this is considered child endangerment. I hope someone local has reported this to DFCS. And the ocean what if comeback in comparison to an active visible threat is frankly incomparable. That's what I was saying. Taking precautions for the unknown and knowing but ignoring is what we would look for in this case. This is a lot more serious than people think. Now we can move on to the very dangerous vacation portion of this video, I guess. POV, I met a random man in Italy 20 minutes ago and now I'm apparently going to Capri on his private yacht. Heading over to the comments, the first one with 1.2 million likes says see you on Vinted. If you don't know what that means, it's similar to the Wayfair incident years ago. Over the past month or so, some people have been seeing these plushies be listed for thousands of dollars. And when you go to the description, it sounds like they're talking about a person. Something very similar on Wayfair happened a long time ago, and then all the listings just disappeared. Another person says the view from his yacht being in a van, and the yacht in question being a shipping container boat. But no matter how dumb this is, people are going to replicate it because this got 3.5 million likes by itself. But we can move on to the follow-up, part 2 of my random Italian guy side quest. Thought I was okay, then he crashed the scooter. This was probably the best case scenario, I agree. I'm going to take this as God protecting you from something bigger. And another person says, so, no private yacht? Definitely dodged a bullet there. That one time 2 local men convinced us to come to the waterfall slide in Indonesia. I'm basically at a loss for words at this point. You guys went tubing through a sewage system. Even if my dad was Liam Neeson, I wouldn't do this. Great way to lose your organs. If you look very closely, you'll see me never doing this. Another person just showing a screenshot of a creepy face saying, girl, what? There were thousands of these.
Microsoft has issued a security warning about hotel Wi-Fi. The company says Russian hackers are using phony sign-in pages to break into accounts. Microsoft says that you should assume that public and hotel Wi-Fi networks might not be trustworthy. Using your phone as a hotspot is a safer option, but make sure that you check your plan's data allowance first.
So what you're telling me is basically nothing is safe or private anymore. Okay, that's just the world we live in 2026. And we got a bunch of companies profiting off of this private data.
Hims and Hers is being sued by the Federal Trade Commission. So the FTC alleges the company shared users' health data with companies like Meta, Snap, and other advertising platforms without permission. Hims and Hers says it provides what it calls quality confidential care for patients who are seeking medications for everything from hair regrowth to depression. The company denies the allegations and says, quote, information patients share with their healthcare providers is used only in providing care.
Sure, am I really supposed to believe that? And they're getting in trouble because they did it without people's permission. But other companies just skirt that when they put that in their terms and conditions that are, what, 50 pages long? Who actually reads it? And that's why you're getting all of these spam calls, the spam texts, the emails constantly.
How have you been treated by Roblox?
Pretty bad. Their chief safety officer at Roblox, Matt Kaufman, the person you talked to, after the cease and desist came out and they wrote their statements, he compared me to child predators because I was exposing what I was showing you guys.
You have gone on the platform on your own and with some other people with whom you've collaborated to catch predators on Roblox. How hard was it for you to catch a predator on Roblox?
Just within the Roblox community, like I showed you, has a vast network of online predators. I didn't even really get into it, but there are just predators on Roblox who put in like Caesar ciphers or Morse code that they are straight up into and all these other sorts of stuff. And they're looking for kids. So, I mean, it's not a surprise that it's not hard to find people within the Roblox community who are doing stuff. And it's not surprising to see how bad it's really gotten with the limited moderation that they've been applying to their platform.
Okay, so if you haven't heard this story at all, this is a very large YouTuber that, like he said, goes on Roblox to catch a whole bunch of predators, and they are all over. And because of that, he's been punished by Roblox. It's basically like they're trying to hide it. And the rest of the clip is up on screen right now, showing Chris Hansen how easy it is to just join a random lobby and a bunch of full-grown adults start messaging these kids. Going over to the comments, Roblox was in the files. I'm really not surprised. Why is Roblox still in business? And they banned Chris Hansen during the show, but they claim they can't ban the problem. They just don't want the negative PR. They don't care that there are child predators all over their game. So I know this video was much darker than most of the other content on my channel, but I still thought it was pretty important to make. So that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.